spicy music.
Are we coming up on a drum circle? If you drive your car into a giant bottle of liquor, they can't blame you for getting drunk.
Why is all this in Chinese takeout font?
It can't happen to me. That's what you said, wasn't it, Bill?
Yeah,
But
Bill.
it can and just did, and you're not quite sure why. Let's see if we can find out.
He exploded the clothes off that person.
Young woman and her child were happy and healthy. Now their young bodies are crushed and racked with pain. Maybe they'll live and maybe they'll die.
Well, the ambulance ran him over.
The next few minutes, hours, or maybe days, their lives will hang in the balance.
Quickly,
And you'll have
we can
to
preserve
live out
her
those
for
minutes,
corned beef
hours,
hash.
and days knowing you were responsible. The police will measure out the skid marks, determine where you applied the brakes, give you a sobriety test, and it will all go into a report that will be reviewed in court.
Coal.
Maybe
You're
you'll
sending her to
found
be
guilty.
turned into
Maybe you
coal?
won't. But you'll never outlive the memory of waiting to find out if the mother and daughter will live or die. Then the police are at you with questions. Where had you been? Had you been drinking?
Slow
Did you
down.
submit to a
I'm
sobriety
very
test?
drunk.
Sure, why not? After all, you'd only had a few beers. You're not drunk.
Nom.
Of course you're not drunk.
And
Not in
even
the
if you
common
hadn't been
sense of the
drinking,
word,
it's still
but
illegal
your
to run
driving
people over with
ability
your
was
car.
measurably
Yeah.
impaired.
But I
How could
wasn't
it be?
drunk,
You feel
officer.
fine.
I was just
But what
filled
you
with
didn't
murderous
know is that
rage.
it only takes
Oh,
a
you
few
scamp. Get
beers
out of
to
here.
take the keen edge off your driving performance and
I think
slow
he's
your
trying to
reaction time.
communicate.
When ethyl alcohol, which is the foundation of all liquor, enters the circulatory system through the stomach, it's oxidized by the liver.
John,
and
is
turned
my
into
liver
heat
also a
energy
mini
in the
sun?
form of calories.
Yeah, dude, you know that?
Unfortunately, the liver
I
can
mean,
only
yeah.
process about
I knew that.
3/8 of an ounce
Oh,
of
okay.
alcohol
Good.
per hour. That's about the amount in 3/4 of a shot glass of whiskey or a short beer. When more alcohol is taken, the liver is unable to process it, and it passes into the bloodstream and is carried to all parts of the body. As the percentage of alcohol begins to build up in the bloodstream, the first part of your nervous
his brain is
system to be
throbbing. That's
affected is
bad.
your judgment center, located in the frontal lobe of the brain. This is the area of the brain that determines right from wrong.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair
You see,
that the person
alcohol is
writing
not a
this is
stimulant.
presumably drunk
It's a
and telling us
sedative,
that drinking
a
is bad.
depressant.
Hypocritical.
Oh, sure, the first few drinks make you
He
feel
just got
more
electric
alive and
powers.
responsive.
I'm no expert.
But
I don't think you
actually,
get
as
that
the
from alcohol.
Enters the bloodstream. It slows down normal operation of the heart and nerve
What is
centers
this person
and
made
depresses
out
the
of?
inhibitory mechanisms of the brain. It removes inhibitions and social restraints. This is what
The
gives us
superior
the
human
feeling of
wins.
stimulation. You
Me,
have more
Musclo.
assurance, but less self-control. And this is when the danger begins. You get a Superman complex behind the wheel
That
at the
just means
very
you put on a
time when
cape.
your driving skill and mental outlook have been seriously damaged.
Yeah, that guy's acting like he's either
Alcohol
drunk or
works as an
getting
anesthetic,
roadhead.
And we adopt a I don't care or sure I can make it attitude. We contemplate stupid things like
Look at
passing
this
on a
stupid
curve or a
fuck.
hill.
Look at his
We become
disgusting
easily
mustache.
exasperated by the driver we feel isn't going fast enough, and we take chances we wouldn't ordinarily take to pass him. But those few beers we had can reduce our driving ability as much as 25 to 40%.
Everything was
A report by the
okay.
American Medical Association clearly showed that 2 shots of 100 proof whiskey or 2 12-ounce bottles of beer can inject a dangerous amount of alcohol into our system.
Well, yeah, if you
we're driving.
inject it.
And
That's
the
a
worst part
hardcore
is
addict right
that we
there.
probably aren't aware of it. Even an hour after having a couple of beers, our reaction time to light signals can be reduced as much as 6%.
You're saying
In
if I
another
get
test,
some
it was
extra
shown that
livers
after a
from
3-ounce drink,
somewhere
it took
and
as
put them
much
in
as
my
12
body, then I'll
seconds for a
process
person to
alcohol
regain his normal
super
sight
duper
after
fast.
being blinded by the lights
Thank
of
you
an
for the
oncoming
harvesting
car.
human
At
advice,
60
bartender.
miles an hour, that would be over 1,000 feet, or a fifth of a mile of blind driving.
Yeah, maybe we should address
Alcohol
the blinding
sometimes
headlight
causes
problem.
visual distortion too. Things become blurred and indistinct.
Well, that's what you get when you wash your windshield with Vaseline.
Another problem which often goes unnoticed by the driver but is no less dangerous is tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is a phenomena where your field of vision becomes increasingly narrow.
Try to take advantage of
Your
this and drive through as many
periphery or
tunnels
sight
as
vision
possible.
is decreased. This makes you vulnerable to cross traffic
You can break this down to just don't drink and drive. Why are they padding this out so much?
Kids were a lot dumber in the 60s? I don't know. They were also drunk.
4 beers can reduce visual acuity as much as wearing dark glasses at night.
Even though he was
Only a
extraordinarily
fool would drive
cool.
at night wearing dark glasses, but nobody thinks much about driving after 4 beers.
So like an average drinking amount for the night?
Alcohol on vision is particularly serious because 90% of the driving decisions we make are based on how well we see.
10% are
So
based
if you
on how
must
well we
drive,
smell.
Don't drink. If you do drink and must drive, wait. Let the effects of the alcohol wear off. A good rule of thumb.
When
the urge to
wait
go
1
to
hour
Taco
for
Bell
each
goes
bottle
away,
of beer
you
or
should be
each
safe.
ounce of whiskey. The more alcohol you take, the longer you should wait until it is safe to drive. Because the danger of
There's a
having an
single
accident
shoe in front of that
increases with the
totaled
amount of
car.
alcohol
Like, did
in
that
your
car
system.
run a person
For instance,
over in
under
the
identical driving
junkyard?
conditions, a person with 0.05% alcohol in his blood, that's about 2 drinks or a few beers.
He had
is
2
twice
beers and
as
he did
likely
that to a
have an
car with his
accident
bare
as
hands?
a person
God
with no
damn.
alcohol
I think
in
that
his blood.
he caught that
With
car like giving it to his old
0.10%.
lady.
3 to 6 drinks or a couple of quarts of beer. The chances are 3 times as great. And when the
Oh,
blood
it's
alcohol
math.
has
Math
reached
and decimals.
0.15%,
Woo!
the
This is having a
chances
very
are 10
counter
times as
influence
great.
on me. I'm drinking more right now just to get through this math.
All right, here's your Shirley Temple.
A common misapprehension of the drinking driver is that when he first drinks, that
It's
is
a
during
stiff
the
glass of
absorption
milk.
period, as
Oh,
it's
that takes the
sometimes
edge
referred
off.
to,
Oh, yeah.
the individual
Oh,
readily
nope.
feels
That
the
is a
effects of the
human.
alcohol.
That's a human bodily fluid.
But during the
I'm very
wearing off
displeased.
period,
Yep.
he becomes less
Yep.
aware of
Bartender,
these effects and
did,
deludes himself into
did you come
thinking
in
he
this?
is sober.
Yep.
But he is
Is there anything else in it? Nope. What's the red stuff at the bottom?
What are these crunchy bits?
He may be far from sober and is
Be
only
$5.
making
Here's
a
a 1. Keep
dangerous
the change.
comparison. We are all aware that alcohol and gasoline don't mix, but many of us think it can't happen to us.
The second
But
he
it
steps
can
into
and
the
does
car,
in
it explodes.
ever-increasing numbers each year.
He just starts
And it
burning
isn't
out
until
and
we
then goes
have an
full
accident
speed
that
into the
we
bar.
seriously
And then he orders a
ask
drink.
ourselves why
One for
we
the
have that
road,
extra
please.
Oh, no, the cameraman.
We all find excuses for drinking. Bills weren't so different from the rest. A need to belong, a desire to go along with the group, try something new. It may start innocently enough, a few beers. with the
Whoa,
gang.
hole in one.
It is a social
Yeah, he's good to
custom of
drive.
our time. But today, that social custom
Asshole,
is
that was
invading
my
our
beer.
society at a younger age than ever before. The
These
few
teenagers
drinks that
look
the
like they're in
social
their
drinker may
30s.
take don't seem to present a serious danger. But the trouble with drinking and driving is that it is always too late when the emergency arises and our reactions are too slow to avoid disaster.
But that's why I
It
invented
is readily
the
agreed
flux
by
capacitor.
authorities and tests.
Doc Brown
that
wanted
driving
to save
skills
drunk
are to a
drivers.
degree a matter of habit,
Doc Brown wanted to
built
save
up
himself
over
from going
long
to jail.
periods of practice. It has also been proven that the latest driving skills mastered are the first to go when under the influence of liquor. Therefore, the older, more experienced driver is less likely to have his skills seriously impaired.
I was going
than
to
the
get up on
younger,
the sidewalk
less
and just cruise for
experienced driver.
blocks.
One
Slap a
must be able to
snowplow
judge
blade
speed
on
and
front of this
distance,
car.
follow traffic
Let's
patterns,
party.
make necessary adjustments, and be able to react quickly to emergencies. After a few drinks, the good driver is no longer capable of doing this. He has become a poor driver and is a danger to
Check this
himself
shit
and
out.
others.
Neat, right?
This happened to you, didn't it, Bill? Sure, you passed your sobriety test.
His mustache
They
looks
can't
really
convict
lopsided.
you on drunk driving, can they? But you'll always have to face the fact that those beach party beers were a contributing factor in your accident.
And are
If
beach
you
party
hadn't
beers
had-
different than
You might
normal
have hit the
beers?
brake pedal a
Yep, they're
second or two
60% more
earlier. Those
bodacious.
skid marks on the asphalt would have stopped on the right side, not the wrong side of that young woman and her daughter. The report just came through. The
Donuts!
little girl died on the way to the hospital, and the mother will probably never walk again. No matter how your trial comes out, you'll always have to live with those facts, won't you, Bill? A child
Won't you,
dead,
Bill?
a mother
Also, you have a
crippled.
stupid haircut.
Not a
you
pleasant
shit.
future to face at the age of 18.
Look at you.
Piece of shit. Slam!
I'm going to take this car and jump out and drive it into a quarry. Boyfriend got arrested for manslaughter, huh? That sucks. What are you doing later?
Cavity search? What's that?